Don't you wonder sometimes if it's a dream or a vision? The jingle there gets better every week. So, for Dream or Vision, obviously, as Elbis mentioned, it was hard to decide who to go first. So
you'll never follow man. You will never be able to follow man. So I think that I should go second, but you're quite insistent that yours is better, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So we're going to do a coin toss.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's actually not a coin toss. It's a
we ain't got any coins,
toss. We didn't have any coins, so we used a note.
But we've got two £20 notes, and that's how Elvis and Elbis roll.
Let the universe decide what happens in this episode.
Yeah. So the universe will make the right decision.
I mean, do you want to drop the note?
Well, we've got a queen on one side.
Yeah.
And we've got some fella on the other.
So we'll say queen or some fella.
Yeah. So you can call. Do you want to be queen or some fella? And just to be clear, if you get it right, so if we do it and it's queen and it comes up queen, you want to go second. Is that right?
Yeah.
I want to go second as well, right?
Yeah,
so,
that's correct. Yeah.
So if I win, I go second. If you win, you go second. Right. So queen or some fella.
Right. I'm gonna go queen.
Queen.
It's queen. The universe has decided.
I don't believe it.
At the end of the day,
that's bad.
At the end of the day, we put it down to the universe. You won't be able to follow it. You won't be saying that when you hear mine. It's brilliant.
Honestly. Right, so I go first. Do you
want to be sat in his chair, or because you said to me you needed.
I will do, yeah.
So let's swap places.
This is a first for the
World Class
podcast.
We can't get across how huge this is going to be. I mean, as I say, I don't really know about it, but the way it's been spoke about to me, this should be groundbreaking. I reckon
it is groundbreaking.
So
right, okay. So anyway, what it was is I was having my vision, and I'm going to say vision from the off here. I'm not even going to say the word dream because this was a vision. So without question, no, there's evidence, there's scientific evidence that this was a vision,
right.
And it was unbelievable. And we're going to get a good 100 listens from purely the subject matter of this. But anyway,
sure.
What it was is in this vision, I was very aware that I was in the 1800s, right? It's like Victorian times.
How did you know?
Because everybody was dressed like Sherlock Holmes, and it was like Victorian times.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now there was only one thing that was a bit weird, and it was, and this happens to me a lot in my visions, is that I get driven from where I live to wherever I'm going, and I got driven. And
was it like an old car or something?
Yeah, well, yeah, but not 1800s because there was no cars, was there? Yeah. Well, this was it was an 1880s Austin Rover, right. And which doesn't make sense for the time. But everybody, there was people in the car, and we weren't speaking. They weren't a sociable bunch or anything. But I sat in the car, and they was all dressed like Sherlock Holmes, and was driving over this thing. And anyhow, I mean, this it's almost irrelevant. But what did happen was it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, which is late for me to have vision. Normally I have them about 4.
Oh, so this in the vision?
No, this one. Monkey woke up and she's like, "Oh, I think I'm going to get up early and go to the shop." I was like, "Yeah, whatever. See you later."
Yeah.
And anyway, I closed my eyes again, got straight back into it, which was a bonus.
Yeah.
Straight back into it, and I was in London, 1880s. Right. This is incredible. I'm checking as I'm.
Is this where Jack the Ripper's about?
Well,
listen, yeah.
Just listen. Listen to this. Yeah. This is unbelievable, right? I was walking over a bridge, and it wasn't London Bridge or anything. It was just like a small bridge. And
please don't tell me you think you know who Jack the Ripper is.
Just listen.
Score, right? Elbis.
I was walking.
Jesus.
I was walking over the bridge.
It was borderline controversial last week.
I was walking over the bridge, and it was only a little bridge, not London Bridge, not like that. It was just a little bridge. Walked over, turned left, and started going back on myself, to go under the bridge.
Yeah.
Went under the bridge, and there's this little room with a lamp on, right? And so I goes into it, and really attractive French lady in there. Now, don't worry.
Sounds interesting.
Don't worry. I mean, she was all in her Victorian clothes and stuff like that. But there was like a real
nice-looking woman,
really attractive. There was like a real air of suspense,
Yeah.
And so I knew not to try any of my tricks.
Did you sort of like think, when you like went in? Did you? So you like went in there, with the room with a lamp. Did you go?
Yeah. I just went in. I saw the lamp.
So straight away, was you like? what's going on here.
Yeah, I was.
Something's
Yeah.
gone down
Yeah.
here.
But I knew not to try any of my tricks, and I knew it was a serious situation. I mean,
Right, yeah.
you know, it was a really attractive French lady.
Yeah.
And she goes to me, she goes, I can't remember the exact words, but she said something along the lines of, there's a situation going on in France, right?
Mm.
And it's going to cripple everybody financially. And you've got to help us. You've got to help us get the word out.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, well, yeah, of course I will. I mean, she was real attractive, you know. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, yeah, definitely. And then what happened was, and this was weird, is out the shadows, because it was just a lamp which covered so far, out the shadows come this bloke, right? This bloke walked out the shadows, and he was only a frail little fella. He wasn't out scary, you know, but he had a real impish face, really impish, and a big moustache, right? And he walked out, and as he walked out, absolute terror came over me, and came over the attractive French woman as well, real terror. And he goes,
and had you ever seen this person before? Can you remember what this person looked like?
Oh yeah, 100%, and you'll find out. Right, cool. You'll find out. This is why. This is conclusive proof that this is a vision.
Right.
And he come out and he goes, I think we'll keep quiet about the French situation, and we'll all do just fine. And because we were both terrified, I was like, oh, like I nodded my head in that. And he walked backwards into the shadows again. And as he did that, you sort of guessed it earlier, I said, well, I didn't say it. In my head, I went, that was Jack the Ripper, right? Saw his face clearly, impish face, massive moustache. And I woke up and I was like, right, I need to use this information that I've got. Financial situation in France. I've seen his face and I need to find this guy. And this will be unbelievable. And Monkey went on this journey with me at the same time. And it's incredible. Wait until you do this. So I woke up, got the old,
world-class laptop.
Well, actually, it was the world-class supercomputer. Right. I started doing a bit of searching. So I went with the information that I had, which was finances in France. And Jack the Ripper was 1888.
Right.
So check this out, right? Typed in France.
I'm getting worried about these dream visions.
1888. You can see what I've searched anyway. Right. France, 1888.
Yeah.
Click on that, Wikipedia, right? And looked at events. And there was nothing really going on. I was like, there's nothing good there. But I clicked on this bloke.
What's he going?
It's not him though. He's got a big moustache, but I clicked on him because that sort of stuck out.
He looks right.
If the fans want to do it, it's Georges Ernest Boulanger. And if you click on it, he's got a big moustache and a beard. And he did something. That's
probably how it's pronounced as well.
He took over the French Parliament or something, and that stuck out to me. So I thought, well, that's not him. That's not him. But I'm going to read the article and see if anything sticks out to me.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is I started reading it down.
You aren't going to read it all now,
right?
It's pretty long.
No. I was looking for, like names, what might stick out.
All right.
And there we go. Lady Randolph Churchill, as in Winston Churchill's mother, right?
Oh.
So I clicked on that.
Like London.
Just because it stuck out, right? Lady Randolph Churchill, the wife of Lord Randolph Churchill. Now you are not going to believe this. Impish face, right?
And a moustache.
Clicked on that. That was the guy who I saw, right? That was the guy in my dream. Now, I know what you're saying. And by the way, you can't libel the dead, so don't worry. Listen to this, right?
Elbis.
What's his job? Chancellor of the Exchequer. Finances.
Right.
Finances. France. Now, I started reading a bit about it, and what it is, it turns out that apparently he had syphilis, which makes you a bit mad, and he got syphilis from a prostitute. So, he might have had a bit of a grudge against prostitutes. And apparently his missus, Churchill's mother, was a right goer.
Right.
And she was meant to be having it away, with Edward VII and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, they don't even know if he was Churchill's father, really. But, all circumstantial. Yeah. And then listen to this. I went down and listened to personality and reputation, right? Somebody described him. His nervous system was always tense and highly strung. He seems to have no knowledge of men, no consideration for their feelings, no give and take. Incongruence in whatever that word is, society. His conversation was wholly delightful. He would display mastery of pleasantry. What does that sound like? Psychopath.
He would then display his mastery.
He has no knowledge of men, no consideration of their feelings, no give and take. But in company, he was wholly delightful. He's a classic psychopath.
Yeah, right? I won't want to be mates with him.
So you've got to admit, you got to admit, right, at this point, I'm thinking, right, he's a classic psychopath. He's got reason to hate, because he got syphilis or whatever. He's a bit mad because syphilis makes you mad. So I'm thinking he's a good suspect. Monkey was doing this with me, and she goes, "Oh, well, hang on." She goes, "What about medical knowledge? Because they say Jack the Ripper was
one of your
bit of a surgeon or something."
Yeah, because like cut the.
So I started searching for Lord Randolph Churchill, to see if he was a surgeon at any point, or if he had any medical knowledge or anything like that. And I couldn't find anything. Even if he attended those public vivisections they used to do, where they used to watch them take the organs out. Couldn't do it. And then I thought, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to search for Lord Randolph Churchill, Jack the Ripper.
Right.
He's got a page on the Jack the Ripper casebook because he was a suspect. And John Hamer wrote, Jack the Ripper was Winston Churchill's father. How about that?
Bloody hell.
That is different gravy, isn't it? That is a vision.
Yeah.
That is a vision. You've got to admit.
It's controversial, though.
It is controversial, but that's conclusive proof.
I mean, I'm getting worried, to be honest.
Well, I know I'm getting a lot of serial killers.
We're going to get sued any day now.
I know.
Last week it was bloody...
No, the dead can't sue you. Can't sue you.
Last week it was bloody...
Oh, but do you know why he was? Do you know why he was? I'll tell you. Have you seen the movie From Hell by Charlie Depp? What's his name? Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Have you seen that film?
He's in a bit of trouble at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, it's something about that. What is it?
Can't remember. No, I am. Any good?
Yeah, it's real good. And this is the whole thing. It was the Masons did it.
Just opening a can.
The Masons did it, and apparently, this Lord Randolph Churchill, he was the head of the Masons at the time, and so he didn't actually physically do the killings.
Now, are you sure?
He organised it. Look, you can see it there.
Get a photo of him.
I'll do that. That was the impish face I saw. No question. Yeah, 100% impish face. That's what I said. There's absolutely no question in my mind. That is who came out. And it said about finances. This is a vision. This is a documented vision on our podcast. Pretty amazing, that, isn't it?
I think it is. I think it is pretty amazing, to be fair, because the fact he's actually got a case.
Exactly. I had no idea. I've never even heard of him before. Never heard of him.
It makes sense.
This is the apex of Dream Vision. There's no way you're going to follow this.
I mean, it's just controversial, man.
It's what place is it now?
Go on.
It is controversial, but I can't.
So definitely a vision then.
Definitely a vision. There's no two ways about it. There's no explanation.
Lord Randolph Churchill
was, and I'm not saying he was the one with the knife in his hand.
No, you're not saying he was, Jack.
No, he was the one who organised it. I'm telling you, that was the guy in the vision. That was it. So it's a fact.
You ready for mine?
You'll never follow that. There's no way you've got anything that can follow that. Go on.
I'll prove you wrong. Right? Had a dream and that, as always. So I'm sat there. I was in a classroom, right? And anyway, this teacher, who I knew from school, she was doing the lesson, and she looks at me, right? And she goes, "I'm hairy."
What?
She says, looks at me and goes, "I'm hairy."
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
I thought, too much information, really. Anyway, I look away, look back. She's got a beard.
What? And it's still hair?
Yeah.
And was she a real teacher?
Yeah. And then...
Attractive?
She's alright.
With the beard still attractive?
Maybe not with the beard. Anyway, yeah, she had a beard. And then the beard disappeared. Bit of a round.
Yeah. Beard disappeared.
The beard disappeared in front of my eyes. And that's it.
What do you think about that then?
Don't know, but that's weird, that, isn't it?
This is why I should have gone second, you see, because I don't know what is there any kind of any questions about it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just thought that's weird, and I thought as well.
I've got to say that's a bit of a letdown considering how much you built that up and that you had to go second.
Yeah, but it's weird. I mean, she was I'm hairy, and then like a beard appeared. Another arm.
Well, it's the same arm you did before.
No, I said the beard disappeared.
Oh yeah, beard appeared.
The beard appeared. The beard disappeared.
Actually, you could have like a first album called The Beard Appeared.
Yeah, the second album called The Beard Disappeared.
Yeah. But as for this dream, I have no idea.
No, but like what I thought,
I have no idea.
Where I'm going with it is, I thought, it's weird how she's.
For someone who said to me last week that you've got 2 or 3 seasons worth of dream or visions, like written down, that's the best one that you've come up with. That is awful. But what I don't understand where you're going with it.
Well, like, it's just weird how, like, the woman, right?
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I'm hairy," and a beard. Like, as I turned away, the beard just appeared on her face. Now, another arm. Not same arm, but
same arm.
I thought, where did that come from? Did my mind make that beard?
Third album could be called Beard Was Weird.
Yeah. You could have a number of.
I think your mind did make that beard appear.
Bit weird though, that.
It is weird, but well, it's not even weird. I mean, look at mine. I sold Jack the Ripper in mine, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even know what yours is.
It's just like a bit weird, isn't it?
Well, it's a bit weird, but I feel real deflated now. Like, I've sold Jack the Ripper, and your teacher got a beard. And then it went again, did it?
Yeah, it disappeared. It went.
Yeah, the beard disappeared.
But it's like, is that my mind that's making the beard disappear?
Yep. Quite honestly, yes. That's it. There's no mystery to yours. There's no layers to it. There's no anything.
But like, it was real weird when she just went, "I'm hairy." I was like, what are you on about? Now, if I made that beard with my mind, I'll have known she was having a beard. I knew that. But I didn't. Just turned away, looked at that back, and she had a beard.
Yeah, because your mind decided at that point.
What's going on there?
Your mind decided at that point to give her a beard.
As I said to you last week, you look at the painting, I look who painted it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Now,
well,
where did the beard?
Who painted mine? We've still got his face on the screen. I mean, look at him, impish.
Yeah, it's weird.
Who painted that?
What? That actual...
Somebody's giving me information about unsolved crimes. And,
I mean, why you baffles me. Again, the same thing with the Frank Sinatra thing. I don't understand. In 2 weeks,
well, that's not even someone's gone.
Someone's gone.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. We'll talk to Elbis. We'll reach him in his dreams. We'll tell him about Frank Sinatra's death, because that's weird. And we'll tell him about Lord Randolph Churchill. He's something to do with Jack the Ripper.
He was Jack the Ripper. He was the man behind Jack the Ripper. I'm of absolute certainty of that. Anyway, do you want to know the other information I got? Like some game-changing information?
Yeah, go on then, yeah.
What it was is, you know, like how I'm like a real interesting person and like well-rounded and all that. And part of the reason is because I like extensively study different cultures.
Yeah. And different journals and that.
Yeah. I was looking at my journals this week, right, about, I'm going to say native Australians, because you never know what to call them nowadays.
You don't know
native Australians. Now, what it was is there was this native Australian lady, and I was looking at it completely somewhat unrelated, and there was on about these native Australians that put a real lot of value in dream time.
Right.
Call it. Is it dream time? Yeah, I think they call it dream time. Now, what they think is that the real world is dream time, and that this is a place we just visit. So what they do is they dip back into dream time now and again, you know, to go to... If they have any problems, they dip in, a bit like what I do when I just have a kid.
Right.
And she goes, what we do is, these native Australians, if we want to access dream time, have a spoonful of raw honey before you go to bed. Right?
Right.
I tried it. And I'm not going to reveal what happened, because I'm going to save it for a future episode and we're in time on this.
Was it crazy?
Believe me, right? That's the game changer. You have to try it.
Right.
I've got some raw honey downstairs, because I can't do it now because I'm on keto again.
I have to lend it.
Well, you can borrow it.
Yeah, I just said lend it. Same thing.
You're not going to lend it to me, are you? You can borrow it off me. I will lend it to you.
Right. Yeah, you can, and you'll lend that to me.
Then. And honestly, take a spoonful of it, and I'm going to save what happened And the Jack the Ripper one wasn't on honey, but I have had an experience with it, and it is mental. Honestly, it's mental. It's not even dream or vision. It is.
No, it's interesting. The thing about the dream world is the actual world, but this is just like thingy, whatever. What I'd say is, if this isn't the actual world, how come we're spending more time in it? That don't make sense.
Yeah, but because again, it goes into something I don't want to reveal right now. But when I had my honey trip, let's just say, I was there for about 3 days.
3 days, as in?
Seriously, yeah, I was there for about 3 days.
No wonder I didn't hear it.
And no, it was just a few hours.
Oh, right.
But in there, it's like a different concept of time because I proved tonight that time is in the hands of the observer.
Yeah, you did actually.
And so that's how it works when you're over that side of things. And so I'll get you some raw honey. I've got some downstairs.
I'm a bit weirded out by that because I've seen that before. I don't know where, but I've seen that somewhere.
Might have been in a vision. It might have come to you. And what you mean? Well,
I've seen
the audience. The audience aren't going to know by you pointing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's pointing at Lord Randolph Churchill.
Pointing at photo of Lord Randolph Churchill. He looks very familiar.
Yeah. Why did you close it? Because I don't like the look of him.
Yeah, bit weird.
I don't like the look of him at all. Well, I don't. He was clearly.
Bit of a weird hairstyle. Really.
Yeah, and an impish face.
What do you call that? What hairstyle would you call?
Well, I know what we used to call it at school, but
maybe we won't go into that.
No, well, into that. It's controversial.
Yeah.
Not that this hasn't been controversial so far.
Well, successful dream or vision?
Well, mine was definitely a vision. No question. Scientifically proved with research. Yours, I don't know what to call it. Once again.
But I think it's still interesting though, don't you?
No.
Play the jingle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I haven't got the bloody jingle ready.
Oh no! Oh.
Absolutely.
Don't you wonder sometimes if it's a dream or a vision? Yeah, but not now. Oh, you